hit that subscribe button.
Have you ever accidentally come across a Reddit post that was about you or someone you know? If so, how did that go? I am in a band, and we were looking for another band to split a rehearsal space. I was browsing the music subreddit for my area, and saw a post from someone looking to do the same, so I messaged the poster. I told them about the space we had, when we practice, price, etc. Turns out Top was my guitar player, so we had a quick laugh about discovering each other's secret identities. Once came upon a post of my own sister. She was in a confession/depression sub, can't really remember. Anyway, it was her talking about her lack of self-confidence and how she was struggling with anorexia. I remember talking to her about it and making sure she was okay. I think I talked to my mom without saying anything directive just to make sure that she would be safe. I was only about 14, it was heavy stuff. I posted something about one of my high school teachers and someone from my school responded. I hadn't mentioned the location, but they knew his name. It was fun and exciting since he was one of my favorite teachers, until they informed me that he'd recently resigned in disgrace after having an inappropriate relationship with a student. Edit, people keep asking me if this happened in X place. So far the answer to all is no. Guess there are a lot of talented but creepy teachers out there. This happened in MA. Not sure exactly when the teacher resigned, but probably about 5 years ago. As far as I know, it didn't get any press coverage and I'm not aware that any legal action was taken. I don't think he actually had sex with the student, but I'm fuzzy on the details. No, but the reverse did happen. I made comments on a front page post regarding my relationship and breakup with my ex. Her best friend found it and the ex confronted me about it. I know you see this. Hi, Kiki. Someone posted about how her dad died and her mom's name wasn't on his bank account, and she was upset that the bank wouldn't let her mom withdraw his money after he died. It just so happens that I work for the police department in that city and it was definitely Op trying to withdraw the money, not her mom. The bank called because she was causing a disturbance. It sucks because it's a really great bank, and as a result of her post they received some horrible reviews online from a ton of Redditors who saw the post. Found a post by one of my D&D players of picture he drew for me celebrating our campaign at far2r/D. It was pretty cool, the picture, and the thread. There was a highly upvoted post on r/trashy that was absolutely about my next door neighbors who ran a hippie commune house. There were too many weird details for it to be anyplace else. But the author, who lived in the house, said he would never confirm even what city it was in to protect the identities of the people inside. I never tried to contact them about it either. It was a good story, well written, and gave me a better idea what their lives were like. I'd moved by then, that was also part of the story in the post, so it wasn't an issue and there was no fallout. For the record, we did not move because we saw someone having sex on the deck. We just moved to a bigger house. The only thing I wish is that they would publish part 3 as promised. I sell beer. We got in a new beer, and one of the bartenders drew a Fallout-themed skateboard, advertising the beer. When I went back in the next week, I briefly mentioned I saw it on Reddit. His face went pale. I never searched through his posts, but I imagine he nuked his account shortly afterwards. Sorry Tom, I don't know what you had on there, but I don't really care. Also, if you're reading this, congrats on the baby. After he told me about a high karma post he had made, I was looking around my friend's Reddit profile. He had commented on a "What are you grateful for" post. He said he was grateful for my daughter finally being okay and allowed to go home after her extensive NICU stay. It really hit me in an already quite emotional time, as I hadn't really realized how strongly he felt. Tears. A guy posted a screenshot of him sending me obscene messages on Tinder. This was before I had read it, with photos from my profile attached, along with my name. A friend of mine showed me. I felt angry about the messages to begin with, confused as to why he was proud of being a dick, and then uncomfortable being made fun of on the internet with my name and face showing for literally no reason. Kinda silly, and I posted this on the cats subreddit not too long ago, but I Google my cat sometimes, name and location, to see if I can find out anything about him before we adopted him. And a post came up from the shelter calling him the ugliest cat they've ever seen. Everyone in the comments was so sweet, hoping he'd find a forever home, and he did smile. I found my sister's account a while back. She struggled with anorexia for years and I didn't notice. She's okay now, but it still keeps me awake at night. I found my sister's account. She had made a post about the evening she came out to our family. She said something about how wonderful her brother was, and how supportive. I never knew she felt that way. I just love her and want her to be her. Knowing she took my support and love to heart and not just being someone who is telling her what she wanted to hear was awesome. She's so happy and is in a good relationship with someone she met in a ballet class of all places. I've never been more happy for a family member. Also BC, she's my closest friend. She doesn't know I read that post, probably never tell her. Couple years ago my girlfriend was showing me a Reddit post and I noticed her profile name. Being the curious guy I am, gave it a quick search. As it turned out, she only used Reddit to comment on subs of people going through depression and feeling suicidal. Her nights were spent direct messaging people that needed someone to talk to. She never spoke of it and I never brought it up, but I knew she had a kind soul. Someone I know found me. I posted about how my father was homeless, but recently started working at a hospital as a janitor, and got himself an apartment. I had no one to talk to about how proud I was, so I shared it with Reddit. It blew up overnight and my aunt recognized him on the front page of Reddit. I had to delete the post and my original account though, because several people decided to harass me and tell me how I'm such a shitty daughter for letting him be homeless, a thought I already beat myself with. They refused to believe me when I explained I was a child during most of that time and couldn't provide him a place to stay even if I tried. The GM for a tabletop RPG was posting stories for the game we were playing. I knew instantly because I was responsible for half of the fuckery he was posting, and he was reaping the karma for it. Joke's on him, I not only found out the weird kinky shit he was into, but learned who the traitor was in our current adventure. Someone on Reddit found a post I made on another forum making a joke/prediction concerning Game of Thrones. Apparently I predicted the meaning behind Hodor 8 years before the show revealed it. I became internet famous for 3 days or so, including interviews with Newsweek and a radio program, before fading back into obscurity on the web. Now it's just a fun story to tell. Funny thing is, I posted in the Reddit thread and I don't think hardly anyone believed I was the real Merlin. Girlfriend's account where she was asking for advice on how to mend our relationship. I never told her I knew her name. It's a very specific inside joke event in her life and all the details match, and I made it a point not to creep. This one was very popular and I already frequented the given sub. While I feel like the problem was on both sides, all the Reddit comments were about how poorly we communicated about serious things, even though our normal communication was fantastic. The comments were so helpful, and it is because Reddit came in at our 11th hour that we decided to push our engagement off for 2 years to really learn how to communicate well. This was 3 years ago and I am marrying the love of my life at the end of the year. Thanks Reddit, truly, grimacing face. Couple years back a guy posted a cute dog pic on r/or. He'd apparently rescued it starving from a junkie neighbor. Background in pic behind poster's house looked like generic countryside, although there were some distinguishing features. Almost immediately somebody asked if he was in XYZ town. He was. It was recommended he delete the pic in case dog's prior owner got wind, etc. It's not wise to post too much personal info on this platform. Lot of weird peeps out there. If they really want to find you, they can scrape innocuous details to triangulate you. For example, say you live in a town with 50k people and on Reddit drop that you're a mail carrier, postman, that narrows it down to 100 peeps. If you then say you drive a green, insert whatever, car model and play in a wedding band, you've likely just laid a trail of breadcrumbs to your front door. Safe out there. Well, I sent my boyfriend a Reddit meme, and he turned out to be the one who had initially posted it. Lamau. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment, subscribe for more content, and don't forget to smash the shit out of that like button. Infinite upvotes will make your dreams come true.